one of my great friends visiting us from Miami. You're going to do a presentation. Welcome, Mikhail.
Thank you.
You guys should follow him on social media.
Thank you,
Awesome.
Mauricio. Thank you.
And thank you for being
Thank
here.
you.
We brought you guys some sandwiches if you want any. Have fun.
Thank you. My name is Mikhail Mudrik. I'm with the agency Miami. I would like to speak today about the opportunity that we have between offices, East Coast, West Coast, right, Miami and LA. The reason I'm here because I'm seeing more and more people from West Coast buying investment property or maybe relocating to Miami. And we have this amazing opportunity within the agency. So as Michael Jordan said, talent wins games, but teamwork and intelligence wins championships. So I believe there's a lot of things to accomplish between our offices. So how partnership works, we just basically have a referral program. When you refer your clients who's buying second, third home in Miami, and we have the referral sent to you guys, is 25% from the gross sales volume. It's a great value because when we sell pre-construction in Miami, it's 5 or 6%, and we pay not when the building constructed and when it's hit the construction site. I'll speak more about this. Quickly about myself, I've been in real estate about 6 years. I worked 2.5 years part-time. I used to work as a personal trainer in New York and just doing some rentals on the side. I moved to Miami in 2020 during pandemic. Since then, I moved to agency in 2021. It was an incredible journey and great people overall. In my first year in Miami, I did 38 million. Market was very hot. And every year we just keep growing, and right now we have about 60 people in the office and just a great team. Maybe you know Daniel Zinker on social media. We partner in a lot of deals, so we work as a team there. I specialize in luxury residential. I also do building sales. I sold many multifamily, and we're very big in the pre-construction in Miami. So basically, I'll speak about this more, and also a lot of investment buying second home, and they split time between Miami, New York, LA, Chicago. So the reason people moving to Florida these days, right? So by statistic, about 1,000 people move to Florida every single day. So last year, Florida has become, I think, number 3 state in US by population. Also, we have very good law in terms of landlords. We're landlord friendly, so we can evict people in 3 weeks, and there's no cap on rent. So which means if you want to increase rent, you can do so. There's no limitation, and also it's easy. I just went through eviction 2 weeks, and my investor, put another clients in the unit. We have a great quality of life in Miami. Of course, a lot of water sport activities. We have a lot of tech companies moving, and of course, we have still very low inventory. I'm talking about property that was built 10, 20 years, or maybe new one. We have about 4 to 6 months of inventory as of today. 2021, 2023, we have 52 public companies relocated to Miami. You have list of biggest one, of course, Amazon, Microsoft. They either relocated or expanded their offices, and tech companies just booming. We are seeing a lot of new buildings, commercial buildings being developed in Brickell. Right now, the biggest, I'm gonna speak about this guy in a second slide. This is Steve Ross, owner of Miami Dolphins and related group in New York, who built Hudson Yards. He developed many property in Miami, and also he's developing the biggest and the tallest commercial building in Brickell. It's gonna be 100,000 feet with biggest floor plate, about 60,000 square feet place. So he's very bullish on Miami market, and he just bought last piece of land in Miami. It's about 4.5 acres for 500 million. He's gonna develop 7-star Equinox hotel. And of course, with all these movements, we understand the value is gonna grow, and we have more and more investors, interesting to move. If you don't understand my accent, please stop me. I know I have one, and you also can ask questions on the way I'm doing the presentation. So another big guy is, of course, Ken Griffin, the biggest hedge fund manager in US, moved his headquarters from Chicago, Citadel, last year. I think he manages about 65 billion these days. So he's also building his own tower in Brickell. So, which means if guys like him moving, there's a lot of CEO, CFO, and people who work for this company will be moving, and real estate is going to keep growing. Fun stuff about Miami, we got approved for FIFA 2026. Americans more in football, European, I'm from Ukraine, we're more in soccer, so 2026 FIFA will be in Miami. Also, Miami signed a contract with Formula One for 10 years. We have already 2 tournaments since 2021, and Miami generates $1 billion in revenue just for one day in Formula One. Event usually 2 days, so we have $2 million in revenue from Formula One. So of course, all these events will drive more tourists, more investors, more potential buyers, and stage is great. Anyone traveled to Miami recently, last couple of years? So what do you guys think?
I love Miami.
I love it too.
Yeah, I do love LA, and combination between ocean and mountains is incredible. But I think Miami is becoming like global city to the same level as LA.
So in Miami, or in Florida, are you seeing in Miami just major condo sales?
Yes,
And
yes,
people
so-
living, downsizing, or like, no, I just want to get out of New York, I want to get out of LA, I don't want to pay taxes, I just want a spot in.
Yeah, majority of my clients buying condo. So basically, we have 2 clients these days. First one is, of course, snowbirds. They spending winter. And the big group right now is tax birds. The biggest tax bird is Jeff Bezos. Of course, he's saving $750 million a year. So he relocated. So basically, people either spending winter or they claiming primary residency for 182 days, and they save 13% on taxes. Majority of my clients buying pre-construction condos. So you can see the cycle. So from 20 to 2010, it was 275 buildings delivered. Second cycle from 2010 to 2020 was 123 buildings. And the current cycle, we have only 73 buildings under construction, which means we're still in a very, very low inventory. And we need more condo developments in Florida. So new construction project overview, how it works. So basically, it's a project of 4 years, and people can secure the price and lock the unit at the very first stage with only 10% down payment. And then usually in 60 days you have a contract when you can put additional 10%. Then we have groundbreaking between 3 to 6 months, is additional 10%, and when the building tops off, we have 10% more and 60% at closing. So through my process of selling Miami condos for 3 years, I work with all major developers like Related, Terra Group, Chateau and Fortune International. So we have a great relationship, and also we seen all this condo project before they hit the official market. So we're always able to, for your clients, secure better units. Get something that's not going to be hitting the market very soon, and also we can negotiate the payment structure. I've seen a lot of situations where people didn't have 40% to put out of pocket, and they ended up paying 25 or 20% just to secure a unit, and then we just restructure it in a favorable way to the client. So it's all negotiable. I just want to show you some personal example that I did before. So this is a state of Aquilina. If someone heard about this, it's developer Jules Trump, one of the most famous developers in Miami. So this is North and South Tower. My client bought something in 2021, pre-construction, 2022, I'm sorry, for 8.3. We closed at 1948 per square foot. 1.5 years after, we refinanced at 10.3, 10.2, I guess. And we pull out equity and bought another property. So that's the appreciation over the years. Another project that's right now very hot. So I separated all the condo pre-construction into 3 different leagues. So first league is the most expensive. It's Oceanfront. So Oceanfront condos, when I moved to Miami, they was like $1,000 per square foot. Right now they're starting from $2,400. But when you buy pre-construction Oceanfront, it's not you buying just a square footage, right? You're buying the lifestyle, you're buying security, you're buying amenities. So all these buildings, for example, this is a Bentley Tower. That's the only second tower in the world when you have your car, bring to your apartment. It's going to be in your living room. So we have Bentley, even have Porsche in Miami. For example, Perigon and St. Regis will have about 100,000 square feet of amenities, including like sunset and sunrise pools. We have house cards. Rolls-Royce can take you to get shopping or maybe go to the movies. We have gyms, just incredible opportunities. So basically those towers, it's not the condos, it's a vertical country club. You don't have to leave. You can live perfect, beautiful life. but right now it's costing from 24 to 2,700 just to secure a condo like this. At the very end, we are expecting prices about 3,000 a foot. The most expensive seller right now in Miami was about 11,000 a foot.
11,000 foot?
Yeah, it just condo sold at 11,000. Yeah, Shore Club in Miami Beach. Yeah, penthouse sold for 11,000 a foot. But we're averaging right now, all the oceanfront condos will be at least 3,000. If we're talking about the older one, and all new will be 4,000 plus. So that's what's happening. So another segment I separated condos is financial center Brickell, right? So it's the same like Manhattan, but with palm trees and just a little bit cleaner. So in this segment, all the finance guys, they buying towers such as Waldorf Astoria, Cipriani's. It's the same level of amenities, same level of finishes, but it's less expensive because it's not oceanfront. For example, you see the Waldorf Astoria, beautiful cubicle building. It's going to be the tallest building south of New York. In 2021, I sold something for 1,100 a foot. Today it's trading at 19, just in 2 years. We're not going to see it again, this huge amount of appreciation, but in average, it's appreciation 7% a year. So also, buildings are partnering up with a lot of hospitality brands. So you can see the Cipriani building. We can see the 1428 Brickell. Right now, price is about 1,500 a foot. Personal case, that's the Casabella. We sold something for very cheap compared to what I just spoke, 783 per foot. Right now it's 1,000 a foot, just in, I think, 18 months. And segment number 3, it's short-term friendly buildings. So a lot of investors, I just closed the property from a person from LA who came from Instagram. So the person lived in Brentwood, he purchased property in Miami Beach. So basically he bought a 2-bedroom for $1.6 million. He can live 3 months in a year in this condo and still earn about 7% cap return while he's away. Because as you know, in Argentina and Chile, season is opposite, right? So summertime in us, it's winter to them. So all these Argentinians and people from Chile, they come to Miami to spend the summer. So it's a very good investment if you have someone looking for this kind of product. We have good opportunity. Here also very good product, Dolce & Gabbana. It just hit the sales last week. It's Michael Stern, PMG from New York. It's very interesting because all the apartments are corners, 2 bedrooms, and you can have ability to lock one of the rooms and rent it out a different one. So it's like a hybrid, first hybrid Airbnb project in Miami. Very cool. Starting from 2,000 a foot. If you have any golfers in your circle, it's a very cool project by a Birch called Shell Bay. It's 150 acres property with 108 units. It was designed, the golf course was designed by Australian Open winner, 2 times Australian Open winner. He also works on site. So it's a great product for people who love golf, just to have a place in Miami. It's also the very first golf club in Miami for our last 25 years. So we have Shell Bay. And of course, I'm pretty sure you heard about Fisher Island. It's the most secure private island, I think, in the world. It's number 3 most expensive zip code in US. We have private police, private hospitals, schools. People just walk to school. It's very, very cool island. You can get only on ferry. Just initiation fees for $150,000, but you have the highest level of security. We're working with this project by a related group. It's called 6 Fisher Island. Price is starting from $4 million, all large apartment from 4,000 square foot. If you have someone looking in this building, it's starting from 15 million. Market insights. So what we see currently, because of the small amount of inventory and huge demand, we're thinking that market is still gonna be bullish and about 6 to 8% appreciation this year. So we're very positive on Miami, and we're very happy to see you in our coast and to make some deals together.
Great.
This is my small presentation. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer. Because it was very quiet, I was in New York, questions. Maybe you don't have anyone.
Is it easy to finance?
Very easy to finance. But you don't have to finance before project is closed. So you don't pay anything. So basically, every developer works with Chicago title, so he holds escrow while the building is being constructed, and developer is not able to use money that's sitting on escrow. It's just strictly for down payment. I was showing deposit structure, so it's 10% at the reservation period, 10% at contract, and you have 10% in a year from contract, and then another 10% at the top of when the building is completed. Yeah.
That's it for $2.5 million condo. This is just a guess. What are HOA dues?
Really depends. Oceanfront HOA will be from $150 per foot to $2 a foot, and something in Brickell or like west of Ocean will be from $1 to $1.25. So it's expensive, but you get a lot of service for the money.
Is there any conversation or concern with all this new dev on the beach with the rising sea level and
Yeah,
that kind of thing?
I think it was rising for the last 45 years. They right now they have to increase the level of first floor. I think 8 feet or 9 feet. So it's cost more for developer to do the foundation, but that's what they're doing. And also every single family house, talking about Star Island or Fisher Island, we have to be at 7 feet elevation here these days. And also old buildings that are being demolished, they need to follow the same rules.
How about Airbnb? You mentioned Airbnb. What's the trend locally? Do you think it's going to keep being, it's going to be allowed for a long time, or is?
So basically, Miami has 3.5 million Airbnb guests a year, and only 10% it's a condo. Everybody else it's hotels. So basically, we need more Airbnb properties, and there's no law that can cancel it whatsoever, because state is very business friendly. I don't see it's coming.
I grew up in Miami. I'm just curious, how are the schools now? Because when I went there, the public school system is not very good.
It's a
at
very
all.
good questions.
So I'm just curious, how is it going? And then my other question is, are you doing these projects out of the state at all? Like I have a place in Wellington. I'm just curious how this is, if you're moving up the state, because there's more room.
As every other state, we do have problems. And schools one of the problems. Unfortunately, the infrastructure is not ready for such a huge influx of people. Schools are getting better. We're seeing more public schools relocating from New York and different states, but in general, it's very hard to get your kid in school, especially in a good public school. There's a very little areas in Miami where you can actually be secure in a good school. Wellington is a great area. We don't do this like up much north, but we collaborate with office in Palm Beach. It's close to Wellington, so we can help you with the Palm Beach office.
That is a very good for everyone to know. A very good place to invest.
Amazing. Wellington is.
A lot of people don't know about the equestrian.
Yeah, that's where you can get a lot of acreage. Yeah, you can have 2-3 acre property for the reasonable money.
Yeah, and they literally rent like a $450,000 home for $7,000 to $8,000. It's
Easy.
amazing.
Easy. It's a good return. Yeah, you still can good return. Of course, going vertical in this, all Miami, it's good, but land is the real value. So we also focusing on a lot of flip deals. So people just coming from New York, Chicago, they're buying something. For example, my last deal, my client bought something for 2.1 in Golden Beach, across from the ocean. They put $2 million in for 4 and sell for 8.75. So it's a very good return in 18 months cycle.
Mikhail, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so
That
much.
was a great presentation.
Thank you.
That was a great
Thank you.
presentation.